I rarely hear anybody say, hey, I can't wait to move to Reading. I mean, I'm knocking my own place here. Don't get me wrong. Anyway, you want to move to Bakersfield. It is the 20th most popular destination on Redfin's data list. The average price for a home in Bakersfield is $365,000. By California standards, that is far better than a relatively affordable place to live. That is an affordable place to live by California standards. This is KFI and KOST-HD2 Los Angeles. Back to Nick Saliocchini checking out our drive, and this time he's going to the 405.
So it's a really rough one for you as you make your way through the South Bay area, getting southbound along the 405. As you make your way through, northbound on the 405, as you make your way through the Carson area, crashes the 2 middle lanes blocked, and that's going to be a rough go for you coming away from Atlantic as you make your way through the Long Beach area. Ongoing major problems for you driving Hollywood on the southbound side of the 101 before Highland coming out of the Coalinga Pass. Crash has only the far right lane open. That's a mess for your drive coming away from the split with the 134. Westbound side of the 10 Santa Monica Freeway transition to the 110 South in downtown LA. That's an ongoing crash, and you're seeing a rough go for the drive 10 westbound as you come off the 60 westbound. Got an update on either any of these three problems or anything else that's slowing you down. Pound 250 on your cell phone. Keyword is KFI traffic. Checking out your drive in Orange County. Still pretty quiet. Nothing major going down for the drive. Westbound side of the 91 Riverside through Corona. Definitely starting to heat up for you in heavy stretches from before La Sierra as you make your way toward the 241 toll road, and then a smidgen of slowing further westbound on the 91 as you make your way through the Anaheim Hills area from before Lakeview to the 55. KFI and the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Nick Saliocchini.
Well, the weather's warming up and the days are getting longer, so it's time to ditch that extra baggage. Did you know that donating your old car or damaged car to Cars for Kids can take about 2 minutes? Fill out the easy forms at carsforkids.org or call them 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Cars for Kids will arrange for you to receive a tax deduction and a vacation voucher, so you'll be all set. Avoid the hassle of selling the car yourself. Just go to carsforkids.org today. And remember, that's Cars with a K.
You know, every 3 seconds there is a new victim of identity theft. A criminal could be applying for loans in your name, selling your personal information on the dark web. Now, protecting your identity can be very easy thanks to LifeLock by Norton. No one company can prevent all identity theft or monitor every transaction of every business, but LifeLock is simple and easy to protect yourself, and you'll save up to 25% off your first year when you go to LifeLock.com or call 1-800-LifeLock. Just use the promo code Hannity.
Are you or a loved one struggling with dyskinesia, which is involuntary body movements, including jerks and twitching with Parkinson's disease? The SHINE research study is investigating a new study drug that may help these body movements that people with Parkinson's can't control. Learn more today by calling 877-740-3440 or visit ShineParkinsonStudy.com. Again, that's 877-740-3440 or ShineParkinsonStudy.com.
Worn handcuffs lately? Call 1-800-NO-CUFFS, day or night. 1-800-NO-CUFFS.
SoCal weather from KFI. Looks like we've got a nice day on tap if you're inland and you like it hot, because things are definitely heating up. So temperatures are going to be just in the 80s and 90s, it looks like, inland. But if you're at the beaches, you won't really notice much of this warming trend. Highs are just going to be in the 60s there. 70s for Metro LA and OC, and our inland highs will probably be up even closer to 100 by tomorrow. We lead local, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee. This has been your wake-up call. Handle on the News starts now.
Handle on the News. Handle on the News. And now, here's Bill Handel.
And good morning. It is a Tuesday morning, May 24th, as we start the week, yesterday having started, and we've got a fair amount to cover. I was looking at, well, first of all, let me say hello. Let's start with that. Jennifer, good morning.
Good morning, Handel.
Wade, good morning. Good morning. Alex.
Morning.
And Tyler.
Good morning, Bill.
Okay, A-Team is here. So this just crossed the news desk that entrepreneur Ramit Varma announced he is dropping out of the LA mayor's race. Okay? I'm willing to guess and willing to bet that no one knew who Ramit Varma was to begin with. Did you have any idea?
I did not.
I did not either. Wayne?
He's an entrepreneur.
That's because you just read that. Yes,
that is true
I
as
understand.
well.
That's my point. Alex, any idea? Oh, she's running around someplace. Tyler, did you have any idea he was running for mayor?
Who are we talking about?
Exactly. That's my point. So there's, I don't even know how many people actually are running for mayor. I mean, whenever you have these open slots, dozens of people run on both sides. Republicans and Democrats all run for mayor because there's no incumbent running. Stacey Abrams, for example, is unopposed in her run for the governorship for the primary in Georgia. Unopposed. I mean, when usually you see that with incumbent politicians, where the party is not going to, undo itself. That's the only time you see that when you talk about people unopposed. It happens in California all the time with sheriffs. Many of the sheriffs in this state, once elected, run unopposed. But that's supposed to be nonpartisan too, That's really. All right, guys.
You want an answer, by the way, to your question really fast of who all's running for mayor, and tell me if you know any of these people.
Okay.
All right, so Karen Bass, Rick Caruso.
Of course.
Okay. Then you have Craig Gruey, Alex Grunenfelder, John Jackson, Andrew Kim, Rami Varma, no more, Gina Viola, Mel Wilson, Kevin De Leon.
Yep, that's the first one I recognized.
Joe Buscaino, unofficially already with
He's already gone.
Viewers out
Yeah,
already.
fewer I knew.
But of those others,
None of them. I didn't have any. I had no idea.
Okay.
And you're talking about a city of 4 million people where it costs a bucket of money to run. That's why incidentally we never see big money during presidential races at all here, we just don't in this state because it's too expensive, and everybody knows you didn't see Hillary or Donald Trump run ads here at all. Nobody cared because everybody knew what was going to happen, which is a shame because media really likes those runs. They charge a lot of money. And the politicians and the political campaigns have no choice but to write the checks. All right, you guys ready to do it?
do it.
It's Handle on the News with Jennifer, Ann Wayne, and me, Lee Story. Well, get prepared for some mandatory water restrictions. And I'm going to talk more about that at 7 o'clock, but you are going to see things like toilets become illegal. There'll be a lot of squatting outside, and you're going to be picking up. There'll be a lot of, how you take doggy bags home from the restaurant? Hold on, no, I make a point. I'm not going to mix them up, but I'm going to say, how you take doggy bags home, but they're really people bags? Mm-hmm. The doggy bags that you buy at the supermarket for your lawn are really going to be people bags when this mandatory water restriction thing really kicks in. Did that work as an analogy?
A really gross one.
I think I'm making a point.
And people are going to poop outside.
Yeah, basically.
Thus saving the water of flushing their poop down the toilet.
That is correct. That's
Perfect point.
Absolutely. There'll be outhouses because they are, in terms of water use, very restrictive. And there's joke after joke about that, which I'm not going to go. Let's just move on.
There was some place that we passed on the way to the Alameda County Fair that was an antique place that had an outhouse outside that you could buy. And I thought of you, Handel. Because you've mentioned outhouses quite a few times. I thought that would be a hell of a birthday present.
Actually, my name is on several of them. There's a dear friend of mine who is a surgeon in the Army. I've known her since she's been born. And during the summers when she was in med school, she'd go to Nicaragua or whatever and to these little villages. And they didn't have running water, but they would build these outhouses. She was part of an organization that actually built these things and asked me to donate. And they're like, $1,500 a piece or something for a really good one, over the years, the Bill Handel outhouse, they're around. I can point them out. I mean, how do you say no to that? Having your name on an outhouse, for God's sake. It doesn't, that is legacy.
It really is. Anaheim's mayor, speaking of a legacy, says he's resigning so a federal corruption investigation into the sale of Angel Stadium, here you go, Handel, one of your favorite lines, is not a distraction to the city.
It always is a distraction, but it's, come on. How about I'm leaving because I'm about to go to prison?
Well, he's denying allegations that he shared insider info with the Angels.
No, I get it. And he is. I mean, there's a lot of denial going on, and there's some holes in the government story on this. Now, this is only part of an affidavit for a search warrant that we're talking about, and that's when he resigned, because, let me put it this way, a lot of allegations were made during the course of the affidavit. I think it was, there's also, is there an indictment yet on this one?
I don't think so. No.
There's a criminal complaint against a guy who used to be the head of the Chamber of Commerce or something like that down there that has not to do with the operating of the city, but has to do with him lying on a loan application.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on. But the point is, a lot of political pressure to resign, and he did so because he didn't want to be a distraction. Hey, don't you want to be a distraction if you're a politician? Isn't that the entire point of running for office? Talking about running for office? Oh, let's take a break.
No, let's just eliminate this story in 10 seconds. As you already mentioned, Ramad Varma dropped out of the LA mayor's race. I don't know if you mentioned he's endorsing Rick Caruso.
Yeah, and no one knows who he is, and that's even more impressive. And when you ask his family, they don't even know who he is. So we'll take a break, and we will return with plenty more of Handle on the News. Let's check in with Jennifer Jones-Lee, live in the KFI 24-hour newsroom.
It looks like the nation could have 5 confirmed cases of monkeypox by the end of today. A man already tested positive in Massachusetts, and the CDC expects the same from several patients in New York, Florida, Utah, and possibly Washington State. As we talked about, polls are opening in states holding primary elections today. Georgia was where the first in-person voting started this morning. And some employees at a major video game company are joining a union. They work for Raven Software, a subsidiary of Activision Blizzard, which makes Call of Duty, Overwatch, and Candy Crush. We've got your drive on the 101 in just a moment.
I look at property prices all the time, sort of keep in check, and notice that housing prices, the cost of houses, is actually starting to soften after going up ridiculously. So if you're looking to sell your house, maybe now's the time to do it, because property values aren't going up or they're actually dropping. Let me suggest going to the folks at directbuyers.com, because here's what they will do. Sell your home for a fair price without paying 6%, without paying, cleaning, repairing, listing it with a real estate agent. You don't have to do any of that. You can still be home the whole time while the purchase going on. No one is walking in your house. I mean, that's the way to sell. They'll give you an honest, no-obligation offer, even a $15,000 cash advance before closing to help with your move, and they'll never lowball you, ever. Go to directbuyers.com, directbuyers.com, call 844-242-SELL, directbuyers.com.
From the driveway.com Weather Center, we've got a warmer day ahead, partly cloudy with highs from the mid-60s to the mid-90s. This report is brought to you by Allstate. From the Southern California Toyota Dealers Traffic Center, let's go places like back to the 101.
Got a road mess for your drive coming out of the Corning Passes, make way into Hollywood on the southbound side before Highland. It's crashed and it's only the far right lane open. Now it looks like that drive is going to be a mess for you to come away from the split with the 134, and also seeing heavier than usual delays 405 southbound as folks are using that as an alternate to the 101. Going to be a rough go for your drive right now, and heavy stretches off the 118 out of Mission Hills as you make your way through the Pullman Pass toward about Mulholland or Skirball. Ongoing problems in downtown LA, westbound side of the 10 Santa Monica Freeway transition to the 110 south. Crash has that connecting roadway shut down, and you'll see a rough go on the 10. Actually, off the 60 westbound McFarland as far back as the 710. KFI and the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Nick Poliokini.
Saving money feels pretty good. Allstate. Better protection costs a whole lot less. Visit allstate.com or call an agent for a quote today.
This report is sponsored by Arco. Quality top-tier gas for less now with a credit card. Arco now takes credit cards. They know, total game changer. They'll give you a moment to process the news. And time. Stop by a station today and see for yourself. Arco. Quality top-tier gas for less now with a credit card. See arco.com for details. Finding a great hire can be a challenge. That's why there's Indeed. Their powerful hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Time to get yourself over to Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Get that car running right.
This 15-minute oil change is one of the simplest ways to keep your car healthy.
It's quick, it's easy, it's convenient. I love it because I just stay in my car. There's no waiting room, no appointments.
Go to SoCalOilChange.com for coupons and locations. Not only are they going to do the oil change, they got lights, battery checks, brake lights, turn signals, you name it.
And I love it because they don't hard sell me. Check them out. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Go to SoCalOilChange.com. Summer is coming soon, and now's the best time to go solar with SolarMax.
You can get solar for $49.93 a month, 0 down, 0.99% APR.
Dial pound 250 on your cell and say that keyword SolarMax, pound 250 SolarMax, or go to SolarMaxTech.com.
Monthly payment available on approved credit. CSLB number 97204.
At Ralph, we believe it takes the right team to bring you the freshest produce. That's why we partner with farmers who grow only the best. And that level of teamwork means better, fresher options time and time again. Working with farmers is what it takes to be fresh for everyone. Ralph's, fresh for everyone.
We're hiring for immediate openings with next day pay, benefits, and great perks. Apply today at jobs.kroger.com/Ralphs.
Did you know fixing outdoor leaks can save 27 to 90 gallons of water per day? Even tiny leaks can be huge water wasters. Conserving water starts with a few simple water-saving actions at home and in your yard, like adjusting your sprinklers and adding drip irrigation so you water only where it's needed. We can all do our part to conserve water. Visit SaveOurWater.com for more water-saving tips. Save water, save California.
In L.A., there's 2,000 people dying every year of overdoses outdoors.
Garcetti's being taken down because of a weirdo sex scandal that he's not even directly involved with.
But he's not taken down for having thousands of people die in the streets.
John and Ken.
The fact that the streets are a killing field is the issue that should bring these politicians down.
Weekdays at 2.
Yeah.
On KFI.
KFI AM 640 Go Handle here and the morning crew, Tuesday, May 24th. As we continue with Handle on the News, Jennifer, Wayne, and me.
All right, first there was a man who was kicked off an elementary school campus in Orange County. And following that, he ends up driving up over a curb and hitting 3 kids outside a school in Santa Ana. This is outside Taft Elementary School. He hit the kids about 8:30 yesterday morning. The kids were taken to the hospital. They're all in stable condition. But when the cops got there, they found not only had this guy hit the kids, driven away, and hit another car, but when they got to him, he had a self-inflicted knife wound and he had an incendiary device in the car with him.
And he had allegedly been on campus and escorted off campus prior to this, which implies he may have had a plan of some kind.
Yeah. And how do you wonder, how many people, I don't know if he attempted to kill himself, I'm assuming so, but how many people kill themselves with knives?
Yeah.
I mean, that is just not something that people do.
Well, the U.S. is releasing some monkeypox vaccine from the national stockpile. Bet you didn't know that we were stockpiling it for high-risk people. These would be specifically people who are both high-risk and have been exposed to the other people who have tested positive for monkeypox.
Do you know that we had 100 million doses of monkeypox vaccine in the strategic pile?
Yeah.
I'm assuming they're delivered in barrels.
All right. Woo! 1% increase. We were like bunnies here in the U.S. So the CDC says that the births in the U.S. went up for the first time in 7 years, but again, it is a 1% increase. But it also marks the first